Welcome, everyone. This is the UpViral Co-Pilot Show. It is Tuesday, November 16th. Today's topic, as we talked about in the little pre-show, is going to be autoresponders and whether or not you should be using one, why you should be using one, and some people want to know which one they should pick. Darn thing is, I don't have any good affiliate links to give out. So there's that. Joe says, I have ActiveCampaign. He has ActiveCampaign. I have ActiveCampaign. I've used MailChimp. I've had clients that have used Klaviyo, Infusionsoft, Kartra, all kinds of different things. So Claudia says, I have MailChimp and Mailvio. Siddhar says, I want to extend the topic to email content. I'm sure you have amazing tricks to give spark to participants for increasing campaign performance. Please share your tips. You want me to give away everything here on the Co-Pilot Show? Absolutely everything. You know, part of the deal is that your nurture sequence has to be yours. In fact, recent conversation in my mastermind was, what should I say in my email? Just like Siddharth just asked. And I said, number one, you need to make it sound like them, right? We spent a good deal of time with one of my members rewriting his emails so that they sound like the person that is his target market. And that's something that you should pay a lot of attention to. You need to pay a lot of attention to what your people say. Don't write it like you, write it like they speak. It's going to make a big difference. Claudia says, Mailvio is from Neil Napier. Yeah, I know Neil. Good guy. I've not set it up yet. What about Sendio? I have never tried that. Darmod says he's running MailChimp. Vish said, go with the free option or almost free. Here's what my father used to tell me. You get what you pay for, son. I started out with MailChimp when it was free. I instantly discovered that MailChimp didn't give enough functionality to me in the free version, so I upgraded. I ended up switching over to ActiveCampaign. At the time, Ronald says Groove. I don't have a lot of good experience with Groove. I jumped right in mid-sentence there, didn't I? I should stop doing that. I should not read the chat. Don't let me read the chat. I'm going to put blinders on. I was talking about MailChimp, and I switched over to ActiveCampaign because at the time, ActiveCampaign had tagging, it had better automated sequences, and MailChimp didn't have any of that. Now, MailChimp has a lot more functionality than it did when I switched. Claudia said, yes, definitely use their language in emails. Miles said, get response in MailerLite. Vish says, Sendy with Amazon SES sounds good. Now, you guys are going down the path of things I wasn't really ready to talk about. It's true. I know. Because what I want to do is I kind of want to do a little bit of a training here because many of you are jumping in with topics with autoresponders that are freaky cool. But I also know that we have yet on the Co-Pilot Show to really have a good conversation about the basics. Okay, so what I want to do is start with the basics, if that's okay, and then switch over, because I just read Claudia say the word switch, switch over to the more complicated stuff. Pat says, hello all, geez, I just joined and it seems serious already. One of the things that I love to do recently is to point people to specific Co-Pilot shows, like Co-Pilot Show episode number 62, which was 7 different ways to use UpViral that are not contests, because the beginning of that has a process flow definition. And you guys have seen it before, and I'll show it to you yet again today. But it's important to start with the basics. Even pros go back and relearn the basics. Claudia says, correction. I've heard it can be a pain to switch to another platform. And yes, that's a very important part. Many people, I see people talk about it all the time in groups. And yes, we're way ahead of where we want to be. In groups, they're like, well, which one's cheapest because I want to switch? Or which one has the best open rate because I want to switch? Or which one has the feature? And I don't want to get wrapped up in that because I'm with Claudia. It is a freaking pain in the buttuckus to switch from one autoresponder to another. So many things. One of my members has switched from ActiveCampaign over to Ontraport. And we spend a lot of time just relearning what she already knew in ActiveCampaign. Oh, where do I find this? Where do I do that? If you don't have a very good cost reason, time reason, and remember that time is a very valuable thing. So, you know, maybe ActiveCampaign costs $100 a month and MailVio costs $75 a month. Is it worth you to save $25 a month? Well, yes, that can add up to $250. But the amount of time that it is going to take you, and I can guarantee you that you just don't go, oh, I'm going to switch from A to B, and it happens in an hour. It takes weeks if you are fully entrenched in one tool to move to another. Pat says, I subscribe to ActiveCampaign. It was previously mentioned by Wilco and everyone else. I haven't started using it. I hope today points me in the right direction. I'm starting from scratch. Well, that's one of the reasons why I want to start from scratch, so that you totally understand the infrastructure so that you can decide how best to use an autoresponder like ActiveCampaign, MailVio, GetResponse, all of these different tools. All right, does anybody have anything else you want me to talk about before we get started? Because it's going to take 15, 20 minutes to go through the basics. Maybe longer, but I do want to try to hold this to an hour if we can. All right. In the meantime, I'm still listening for the painters. Pat says, I can change platform if you recommend doing so. No, I wouldn't switch, even though you just got started. It depends, though. I will say, I'll slow down a second. I will say that some platforms are much better if you're doing e-commerce than other platforms. I know a lot of people that really, really love Klaviyo for e-com. And the reason for that is that it tracks sales back to people that signed up for your campaigns. And that can be very important. Tracking sales is what a lot of people ask me for and say, hey, what does, I mean, I know UpViral and contests generate leads, but what does that mean for the back end for my revenue? It depends. And most people, and even clients that I've worked with, don't track their own sales back to whether or not the source of the lead was valuable, et cetera, like the contest leads and stuff like that. Earl's here. Hi, Earl. Earl's over in the Facebook group. Good to see you, Earl. And Ronald says, Groove Mail. I talked about Groove. I'm kind of biased against Groove. I know Groove started out many years ago. Long story. Groove has sold people a lifetime deal, and then they didn't deliver on all the different pieces of the tool. It has gotten better, but my experience with their constant pitching of the lifetime deal kind of pissed me off. Joe said, Copilot show number you mentioned. I was talking about number 62. If you're brand new, you should start with 62. Kiki, what a question. Does UpViral have a way to export client shared data? Yes. Into WordPress specifically? I don't know that you gotta, I'm gonna broach that in a few minutes. Pat says launching a new proprietary physical product in days and weeks. Good for you. New category consumer product developed from scratch. Bravo. Glad to hear that. Kiki says, I know. All right. All right. So let's just go in and get the basics out of the way so we can talk about some of the other stuff. And I know some of you are going to say, but I already know that. It's critical for people that are just getting started, and it needs potentially to be a refresher for you. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my good old friend preview. We're going to do screen share since we're in Zoom. And I believe I am sharing. You guys see this? Let me see. I don't have my little fancy loopy thing. Where is it? Huh, is it not turned on? Pro. There it is. All right. Thank you, Claudia. Everybody is, especially who's seen episode number 62, has seen this. And part of the problem is my third monitor has flipped off, stopped working. And so I can't see the little Zoom window because that's where it was of all of our pretty faces. Oh, I can't see your pretty faces. All right. Anyway, so this is the process. On the left-hand side is direct traffic. On the first thing you're going to do is send them into your opt-in page. Your opt-in page will collect their email address. When they click the button, what happens is that UpViral will send them an email. And we're going to talk about each of the emails briefly in a minute. And it stores them in UpViral's database. Now, you don't see an autoresponder here because there are many people who live their lives in UpViral land with just the leads coming out of UpViral. Now, let me just keep going because I can easily get distracted on this topic. The share page and the social media and the viral loop, all that still applies, but that's not the topic of the conversation. What we're talking about is collecting leads and sending emails. Martin's here. And I'm sorry you're late too, but you're just getting in on the meat of the subject. All right, so now let's talk about autoresponders. Let's talk about autoresponders, not that one. Now this is a slightly different look and feel, but it's the same basic process. You got leads coming in on the front, you got a viral loop going on, and you have two pages, a lead page and a sharing page. Now, coming into the lead page are visitors. Coming out of the lead page, theoretically, if they sign up, are leads. And they get stored in UpViral like I just showed you. But if you connect your autoresponder, then UpViral will send those directly over to your autoresponder, and you can start doing things with them over in your autoresponder. UpViral is going to continue sending some emails that I call transactional emails. And your autoresponder is going to send everything else. So this is the first major question people ask is, do I need an autoresponder? What am I going to do with that autoresponder? And what's different than UpViral? Can't UpViral send all my emails? And the answer is no, depending upon what you want to send. All right, so the transactional emails that come out of UpViral are for things like this. I'm going to show the third slide, this one. And these are the transactional emails that come out of UpViral. When somebody joins a campaign, UpViral can send an email if you want it to. It will earn a when somebody earns a referral, UpViral can send the original referee an email. It can send a double opt-in email. It can send an email when somebody's cheating. And for each reward, oops, I forgot one. You can send an email And the reason I forgot one is because I tell people never to ever, 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 ever let UpViral do it. And that is the email that goes out for a grand prize winner. So don't do it. Just don't even do it. Just don't do it. Did you hear me say that? Don't do it. Even though my friends at UpViral want you to potentially do it, I'm going to tell you not to do it. We've talked about that before in other shows. All right. Does everybody understand that? So again, those are emails. Sorry. Come on. Not that one. This one. Those are the emails that are coming out of UpViral. These UpViral emails happen when something happens inside of UpViral. The trigger for those emails is something happened. Either somebody earned enough points, or the referral happened, or they cheated, or they have to do double opt-in. Those kind of things are these UpViral emails that happen on a transaction, on an event. Now, UpViral can send those leads over to the autoresponder. Why would you do that? And what's the difference between UpViral leads and autoresponder leads? Number one, why you would do that would be, let me just close this one. I don't need this one anymore. A welcome sequence. So when somebody joins the campaign, you can send them an email from UpViral if you want that says something like, hey, welcome to the campaign. You have 25 points. Here's what you can do. You can do this. You can do that. Here's your bonus. Here's the number of points you currently have. Here's how many you need to earn something else. Points is a major feature, right? Those kinds of things will come in an UpViral email. Can you send this from your autoresponder? Absolutely, you can. That would be a welcome sequence or a single welcome email. You can say all kinds of things in that email. Welcome to the campaign. Here's what you need to do. Here's your bonus, etc. But you can't do things like, here's how many points you have in your autoresponder, because your autoresponder doesn't get that data. Oh, Bradley's here. Hi, Bradley. Welcome. Bradley says relentless encouragement. That's what's coming out of your autoresponder. In short, relentless encouragement. Bradley and I are on the same sequence there. See how I worked that word in there? What a pun. Okay, the other things you can do inside your autoresponder, which is relentless encouragement, you can send an email that says, hey, there's 5 days till the end of the campaign. You can send another email that says, hey, there's 4 days left in the campaign. You could send another email that says, hey, there's 3 days. You get the idea. You can send a new reward is added. Hey, we've decided to give away this bonus for everybody that has X number of points, blah, blah, blah. Get them encouraged, right? Like Bradley just said, encourage them to share again. Tell them about a live stream that you're going to do, and set up a custom action to give them, quote, bonus points, or a secret word that you're going to say during the live stream. Give them a countdown on that. Countdown to how many hours, that kind of stuff. You can do multiple live streams during your campaign. Other nurturing emails like, hey, our product is freaking awesome. Did you know you could do this with that? Did you know that our tool does this and it's environmentally friendly and it's going to change your world and blah, blah, blah. Education, nurturing, getting them to know, like, and trust you. All of those things happen over in your autoresponder. All right, everybody with me? Somebody give me a thumbs up or a heck yes or whatever. You guys understand the difference. Martin says yes. Joe says a multi-touch relationship builder. Paul, yes, thank you. Pat, yes. Kiki, thumbs up. Thank you so much. And by the way, most people are doing a good job. If you want to switch it over to everyone on the Zoom chat instead of hosts and panelists, it doesn't really matter right now, but people like to see what other people are saying. All right. Let's quickly go through the setup inside of UpViral. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it's important. And we're going to talk about several things. I don't know what you mean, Pat. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yes. All right, got it. Voila. Where's my UpViral? Here it is. So let's suppose that you're brand new and you're going to set up an autoresponder. What you're going to do is you're going to go to settings and you're going to go to integrations and you're going to click add a new autoresponder. Now you see I have got a whole bunch. These are for all of my campaigns that I've done for clients and other people. So I have my active campaign, I have MailChimp, I have Drip, I have Get Response, Campaign Monitor, Aweber, MailChimp, FeedBlitz, all kinds of things. And in fact, FeedBlitz was the very first one that I ever did, now that I think about it, which was a Google tool. All right, so it's very simple. You simply do add new autoresponder, you give it a name. Let's see. Kiki is short, and then you select it from this list. Now, this list is one of the longest lists of any tool on the planet. I don't even know what ECX is, or Email One, or eNormal. Pardon me, EverWebinar, FeedBlitz, there's mine. Fluttermail, Genu. So there's a whole bunch that I've never heard of. Kartra is here, but the other one, oops, what's the other one? The other K one. Kartra and the other one that's not here. Anyway, here's the deal. If you don't see your tool on the list, it's gonna drive me crazy what that other K one is. Who knows what the other K one is that's not Klaviyo and not Kartra? Somebody tell me. Anyway, if you don't see your thing on this list and they give you an HTML form for name and email, you can always do this option, HTML form. If they give you the form code, you can put that code in here and you can parse it. You can map the name and the email and stuff like that, and you can use that. No, it was not Keep. Thank you, Janine. It's not Kartra. It's like Kartra, but it's not. I keep wanting to say Karma, but that's not it either. Anyway, so this is actually how I did FeedBlitz in the very beginning, was an HTML form. It works. So Pat says, what does HTML do? So some services that are not listed, right? So if you don't see your tool, like you're using, I don't know, this other K word, I can't remember. It's not Karma, it's not Kartra, it's something Kartra. Anyway, and if they give you an HTML form, no, Paul, not that one. If they give you HTML form code, so many autoresponders, MailChimp will do this, will give you an HTML form that you could put in like a pop-up or on your landing page or on a WordPress widget. And that HTML form is simply name and email, right? Martin says, UpViral just gave me the how-to link for our GrooveMail account using HTML form. That's this, right? So you go over to that tool, they give you the HTML form, you grab that code and you come over here and you put it in and you click on parse HTML and it will map, hopefully help you map the fields for name and email. It's a very simple thing to do, but most people don't even know it's here. And like Pat or Martin says, Groove isn't here. Groove Mail isn't here in a supported list. So you can do tools that aren't supported. But this is also going to limit you later on in that you can't add additional fields to it. So if you want to collect like phone number, you can't do that here. UpViral is not going to send over a phone number, I don't believe, with this HTML form. I've never tried it, but I don't think it will. I think it is just name and email. All right. So you're going to do add autoresponder. Let me just pretend, oh, I was going to do it. Kiki, I'm going to select active campaign, for example. The parameters down here depend upon how the API between UpViral and that autoresponder work. So you would put in your whatever's required here and whatever key is required and do add, and it should work. All right, now let's go to, get you guys out of my way. No, that's right. Let's go over here. So what I've done is I've jumped into the Christmas sweepstakes that UpViral gave you this week or last week. I cloned it into my account and I have gone over to the autoresponder. So what they're talking about is the thing that I spent 5 minutes talking about before, about why you would use an autoresponder and stuff like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to select your autoresponder that you added from the list. Mine I called my active campaign. So I'm going to grab that. And what UpViral is going to do is switch all of the things down here depending upon that API. It's going to go over to your active campaign or whatever tool you're using, as long as you're not using the HTML form. It's going to grab the lists and grab the tags if appropriate, if that autoresponder uses tags, and it's going to send that stuff over. So you just grab a list, you could, whatever. And you could add tags, and these tags can be very important to your process, such that if I go back over here, if you're going to do a welcome sequence, maybe that is kicked off either when a new lead joins a particular list or when a certain tag happens. So you could grab events that can happen in UpViral based on tags and send those over and do your processing in your autoresponder as opposed to doing it in UpViral. Now, the same thing is true down here, right? You're going to map your custom fields. We're going to talk about this in just a second. But the tags, if you have incentives or rewards, you could send over every time somebody earns a reward, you could give it a tag, and that could kick off a sequence or a single email in your autoresponder. Earl asked, is Zoom on the list? No, Zoom is not an autoresponder. Zoom is a live streaming tool. Zoom does not collect, well, okay, it does collect emails if you want it to, but no, it's not something you're going to integrate because Zoom does not send out emails that are our autoresponder kind of emails. It does not do these kind of things. It might do X number of days until an event, but it doesn't do all the other stuff. So I don't really consider Zoom an autoresponder. I don't think UpViral does either, Earl. All right. Now, you do want to map this personal invite link if at all possible. Why do I say that? So the personal invite link is what? Who knows what that is? Quiz time. Who knows what the personal invite link is? Everybody should be answering this right now. Quiz time. Nobody? Nobody's going to answer this? Come on. The link to sign up page for referrals. No. See, this is why I ask these things, because it's potentially a tricky question. Earl's got it. Martin says, no, I don't know. Wording is important here. Critical stuff. And okay, so I said I was going to cover this in maybe 15 minutes. I was wrong as usual. Earl says the unique share link. So I'm going to switch over here to this campaign, right? This is the campaign we're looking at. I'm going to go to the design page. I'm going to go to the sharing page. Slowly, I'm going to go over to the design sharing page, and I'm going to wait. This is what we're talking about. The personal invite link is this one. It is unique. I'm sorry, this one. It is unique to the person who signs up. And bravo, Earl. By the way, did I ring the bell for Earl? Earl got it right. So Claudia was close. She said the unique share link gets the referral to the sign up page. Oh, yes. I read it wrong. I'm sorry, Claudia. Claudia, I apologize. Claudia gets a bell. I thought it said share page. Yes, it is the unique link that gets the referral to the sign up page. I'll even go back to here. It's the link that gets Betty Lou credit for sharing with Paula. It's this link, right? It's this link on the sharing page. Now, why am I talking about it over here? If you want it sent to your autoresponder, then you need to have some place for it to go. You need to have a field, a custom field in your autoresponder. And depending upon how your autoresponder works, it either is generic for all the leads or it's dependent on your list. Some of them are different. But you can send that link over to your autoresponder. I have a field I call the ref URL because that's what UpViral used to call it in the old days. And so for a campaign, when Betty signs up, I can store that link, the one that showed up on her screen right here, for her in my autoresponder. So that when I send out emails that says, hey, there's 5 days left until the end of the campaign, here's your unique link that you can send to people to get them to sign up again. Why wouldn't I want that over in my autoresponder to make it easy for her to get more people to sign up? Hey, there's a new reward we just added. Why don't you share this again? Here's your specific referral link. Go click on, or go share this with other people. Copy and paste it everywhere. Okay, does everybody get that now? Claudia had it. I just didn't read it right. I'm sorry, Claudia. I know you love me. You'll forgive me. Everybody get this? Please tell me you understand. Pat says yes. Thank you, Pat. Paul says yes. All right, because this is important. And most people that I've worked with don't know that they can save that in their autoresponder and send it out in their emails. Hello, let's use UpViral the best way possible. Let's send them links that they can go do stuff with. Okay, but you have to have a field in your autoresponder to receive it. UpViral doesn't know where to put it unless you give them a place to put it. And that's where it gets complicated for most people. And I am not going to dive into that right now. But if you use get response, go out to Google and say, get response, add custom field, and you will find it on Google. Giselle says, your info is awesome. Thank you, Giselle. I love you. Kiki says field mapping. Yes, that's what we're doing here. We are mapping one field in one tool to another field in another tool. But if you're going to Google something, here's the tip. Google Infusionsoft add custom field, because almost all of them call it a custom field. Pat asks, does the autoresponder automatically refresh the unique link for each referrer? I'm not sure I understand this question, Pat. All right, so let's go through it just to make sure. Let's put some names on it. Betty Lou comes in from your direct source. Betty Lou signs up, and on the sharing page, Betty Lou gets a link that says go to yourcampaign.com/ref/Mitch Rocks or something, you know, the sequence of numbers. And she shares that out on Facebook. That link is unique to Betty Lou. If Paula comes in, Betty Lou does not get a different URL. Betty Lou still has the same referral URL that she got on the landing page, on the share page here. This unique link stays with Betty Lou for this campaign. If you're going to run multiple campaigns and you have the ability for Betty Lou to sign up for each one, then you got another issue. But let's not overcomplicate this. So Paula signs up. So Paula signs up, she gets her own unique link. And if we're going to save that in the autoresponder, that's going to be Paula's. Betty's going to have hers. Pat says it's not using the same link for everyone. It's a unique link for everybody. If it's not a unique link for everybody, then UpViral is useless. Pat, this is 100% the entire reason UpViral exists, is to get Betty to share her unique link so that when Betty shares it and somebody comes in, we can give Betty credit for the referral. Claudia is correct. UpViral creates the unique link. Paula gets a different unique link. Joanne gets a different unique link. Claudia gets the best unique link there is because she gave me the phrase micro-influencers. I'm kidding. All right. Does that make sense, Pat? Everybody gets their own unique link. Okay, Pat says, I understand, but does ActiveCampaign understand that the link sent to all of my contacts needs to be unique? If you store it, Pat, with this, when Betty signs up, UpViral is going to send Betty's personal invite link into this field for Betty inside of ActiveCampaign. When you use ActiveCampaign inside your email, you are going to use dynamic variable substitution, and you're going to say, go get Betty's unique link because I gave it to you, and send it out. And it's going to send it to Betty, and it's going to send one to Paula, and Paula's going to have her own unique link because you stored it right here. I know this is confusing. I understand. I get it. I've been through this a million times with people, and I understand that they don't always understand, which is why I always start with this diagram. If you don't understand the process, then none of this is going to make sense, and you're going to be confused, etc. Right? Now, this autoresponder sequence, by the way, or whatever you're going to do inside your autoresponder, is going to send out people. You're going to send them to a sales page. You're going to send them to different places. You might send them back to the campaign if you want. There's a link over here. And that's what I'm talking about. If you send an email that says, hey, by the way, here's your referral link, and they can share it, then that brings those referred people back into the campaign. Whew. Pat says, thank you. You're welcome. All right. But this is why I go through this, because it's got to be clear in your head, because once all this magic happens, you're like, holy crap, this is cool. Okay. Kiki says, Mitch, you might have answered my question. Yay. Hope so. I don't remember what your question was. All right. But that's why we also set up the connection and we ask UpViral for every lead that comes in. Also send that lead over to the autoresponder. And Rick, great question. And by the way, I need to ring the bell for, let's see, who was it? Claudia, for helping with that in the group chat. All right. Rick's question, can an autoresponder be added while the campaign is running? Yes, it can. Pat, if you want help from me, go to contactmitch.com and we'll get hooked up. Kiki said, getting client share numbers from UpViral to WordPress specifically. WooCommerce wallet, that one, thank you. Let me finish. Rick, I got distracted, sorry. Yes, you can add an autoresponder at the beginning or in the middle. The key though is, let's say you decide, oh my gosh, this thing started, I need to add it once the campaign's running. You have to remember one thing. UpViral is not going to go back, retroactively send all the previous leads over to your autoresponder. It's only going to do new ones. But you could quickly export those leads from UpViral. Go over, I'll show you how to do it since we're here, not there. Sorry. Go to UpViral, go to leads. So you're going to add this autoresponder. You're like, holy cow, I got to do that right now. Mitch said so. This is so cool. Mitch said to go do this. You come over to your leads thing and you do this export all. And you take that and you can import those leads. All the autoresponders have the ability to import leads from a CSV. And you go through that process and then you turn on the autoresponder. So now you have all your people in your autoresponder. You could set tags, you could do all kinds of stuff on that import. You with me, Rick? Okay, now that's the other thing, by the way, if you don't do this, but you still want people in your autoresponder at the end of a campaign, you can certainly export those people and then import them over to your autoresponder, which is Kiki's question, right? At the end of the campaign or daily or however you want to do it, export those leads from UpViral and send them over to WordPress. I don't know about WordPress. I don't know if you can import people. Thank you, Rick. Great question, though. Timely question. I have yet to see the painters walk by, which is concerning me. It's almost like they're not here. It's supposed to be the warmest day in weeks, and they're not here to do the painting. Okay. Such is such. I'm just checking my messages from my wife. I don't see anything from her, so all right. Can you automatically do this, Kiki? The answer is no, because UpViral cannot connect to WordPress. As far as I know, there's no automatic connection to WordPress. The other thing you could do, Kiki, the other thing that you absolutely could do, which I wasn't really planning to talk about, but let's go back over here. This dashed line here is a connection between UpViral and your autoresponder. If you're a sharp, if you are familiar with Zapier, man, this is taking longer than I thought it was. If you're familiar with Zapier, you can zap those leads from UpViral over to WordPress if WordPress accepts Zapier. I don't know, I've never toyed with it, but you can send that data from UpViral over to Zapier and over to WordPress. That's kind of an advanced topic, but you can do that as a third option. All right, so let me go back to So there's an API option. Yes. In the pricing, the basic people on the basic UpViral pricing don't get the Zapier API. So you have to be on the business plan or above. But yes, you can do that. I keep forgetting about the pricing plans because, you know, they give me everything. All right, so let me go back to the question from Dr. Shari or Chari. With ActiveCampaign, is their specific referral link automatically connected to the person in their autoresponder email, or is something we need to manually enter for them? I did answer that before. But you, again, if I come back over to UpViral and I go to this tab, well, this tab, no, that's, I got too many tabs. Let me just go in and let's see, you people are right. Let me just do this. I'm going to the wrong screen, but the chat is overlaying the stuff. So, oh, we're in. Oh, did they change that? I'm going to say this again. You need to take, if you want to save their personal invite link, you need to add a field. I called mine ref URL inside of ActiveCampaign, so that every time somebody gets added by UpViral to ActiveCampaign, it also sends over their personal invite link or their referral URL. You have to do that. Oops. And therefore, ActiveCampaign will know about the person, Betty Lou's or Paula's unique referral link. Okay, does that make sense, Dr. Chari? Kiki says, I'm waiting for the Black Friday deal to do an upgrade. I'm assuming that's coming. I don't know. You can always use my affiliate link if you do. No, you're already a member, so you can't. I'm kidding. Can't do that. All right. Whew. Now, there's one more thing that I want to talk about with this connection here. I'm sorry, I'm reading Claudia's question or statement. Claudia, you sent that to host and panelists, so Dr. Shari didn't see it. Y'all got to remember to switch to everyone. I wish Zoom would fix that. But basically, yes, we're mapping custom fields in both UpViral and your Autoresponder. So let's take it to one farther level. Let's suppose that I go into the design. Let's go into the design and let's go to this opt-in form. Let's say on the form, let's say I want to collect their date of the last haircut. I don't know. Whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do add custom field. You see over here on the right hand side, I selected the form. I'm going to do add custom field. I'm going to call it date. Date. I'm going to do type of text because they don't have a date type. Enter date of last haircut. I don't know. We're being goofy here, but I think you get the idea. Do I want to show the label? No, I don't want to show the label. Oh, good. They've changed these. Yay, UpViral listens. I don't worry about an icon, and I am going to make it required. So I'm going to create a custom field. So now my form has a custom field, and I'm going to do save. Important to do save. So now I'm going to come over to whichever place. I'm going to close this because I don't need it anymore. Pardon me. Where the heck is it? I'm going to go to the dashboard. Oh, that was the right one. Christmas. Hey, they've changed that. Finally. Unless something weird is going on. It used to take you to reports. Bless your hearts, UpViral team. Let me go back there. Is edit still over here? Oh, edit's still here. Oh, it's taking me to edit because it's in draft mode, as opposed to a campaign that is active, which would take me to the reports. I got it. All right, so never mind. All right, anyway. So when you go to the autoresponder section, notice now there is a date field. If you want that date field to now go over to your autoresponder, you have to do the same thing I was talking about with the personal invite link. You've got to turn it on, and you've got to pick a field that you're going to shove that date into in your autoresponder. And if you don't have one yet, you've got to go create it. You do, like Claudia says, you have to have a custom field in both UpViral and in your autoresponder so that UpViral can send it to the right place. Absolutely correct, Claudia. Thank you. Okay, everybody got that? That's the process that Claudia just talked about in the comments. All right, Martin says yes. All right. All right, so those are the, oh, I have one more thing on my notes to talk about today, besides answering your questions and talking about which one's best, because we still have to get to that. And I appreciate your patience. We are an hour in. If you need to drop off, that's okay. You can always catch the replays on Zoom. I'm sorry, not in Zoom, on YouTube. You can catch the replays in the UpViral Training Center, Learning Center. And let's see, in the Facebook group, because we're streaming over there. And I have them over on that monitor, so that's why I'm pointing there. Okay, now, here's the last thing that I wrote down. Here's the steps that I was going to cover today. We covered the process flow, the new autoresponder flow, the new slide that I created with the different email types. We did the setup, we did the add custom field, and notice this last one. A little bit out of focus. What does that say? It says freaking test. So many people do not do this one. And if I catch you doing it, I'm going to say thank you, because you're going to come to me and you're going to pay me lots of money in order to help you fix it, because your campaign's running and you're not getting your leads inside your autoresponder. So many people don't do this. They assume that they made that connection and it's just magically going to work.
Huh?
No, it doesn't just magically work. You have to test it. Bless your heart, Martin says, I always test stuff. He used a different word. If you get one thing out of me, please, 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 if you set up this connection between UpViral and your autoresponder, freaking test it. And test it and test it and test it. Don't just run a little test and go, that worked. Go in and make sure that all the data came over. If you're adding custom fields, make sure those are populated, because that's the other thing people don't do. Shocks the hell out of me, but they pay me good money to come over and fix it for them. Test, test, test. Create a referral. Don't just do one test. Create a referral. Make sure that referral gets the right link. Make sure the emails go. Oh, I didn't show you the freaking emails. All right, I got to do that one more thing. I knew there was something else. There was something else. All right, so autoresponder. Inside communication are the different emails that go out, right? So if I come back over here to this screen, we're talking about these UpViral emails are right here under number 6, communication. Send an email after registration. You can turn this off and you can send that from inside your autoresponder if you want, based on tags or a new person added or whatever. You can turn it on and UpViral will send it. You can actually do both if you want. Send an email on referral link sign up. That is this one. So when Betty signs up Paula, Betty gets an email that says, hey, somebody just joined. You can pause that after X number of emails, or you can go with 0, which is unlimited. It's a good thing to do, because if you notice inside here, someone just signed up through your link. Notice it has a substitution. Personalized email is this dropdown. Here's the referral URL. Typically, if you don't do things the way I just showed you, the only thing you can send them is an UpViral email with their referral URL. If you don't do that thing that we just talked about, mapping fields and stuff, you can't do that from your autoresponder. The only place you can do it here. You can send them total of points, number of points to unlock an email, the referred email. You can send them Facebook buttons. You can do all this stuff that UpViral gives you. By the way, you can do these Facebook buttons. These buttons, by the way, in the in the Publish tab under the one-click sign up. There's an extra bonus for you. But you can't send points from inside your autoresponder. It ain't going to happen. Here's the double opt-in. Here's the fraud. And if you're sending out rewards, this is the one that I did not put on the slide. It's not here because I don't want you to send it. If I catch you sending this, I'm going to flog you until your eyes are blue. We've talked about that before. The main reason is fraud. You may pick the bad, UpViral might pick a bad person, blah, 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 blah. There's a million reasons not to do that. Pat asked, are you saying it's going to cost me a fortune? I'm only a pre-revenue startup. I'm going to say the same thing my father said earlier. You get what you pay for. If you want to be able to interact with these people, if you want to be able to get them fired up about doing your campaign, you freaking gotta send them some emails, and lots of them. If Bradley's still here, he would tell you the same thing I always say. People are, I could go so many places. People will not share your campaign for more than a day because they're going to forget about it. They're going to go on their merry way and they're going to do their little business and they're going to be doing their stuff and they're going to be off doing their stuff. But you got to remind them, hey, we got a campaign going on over here. You could be making points. You could win this thing. Got to remind them. You got to say, top of mind is the other phrase. Joe, dang you. Joe says, I can't find episode number 62 on YouTube. They, for whatever reason, they didn't number the episodes over on YouTube. It's called 7 Things You Can Do with UpViral That Are Not Contests. It's there in the list. Active campaign is $25 a month. Kiki, I'm paying over $200 a month. So on active campaign, it can get pricey. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Pat says it was only sent to you. All right, Pat, sorry. Didn't mean to say that out loud. I was not reading quickly that it said host and panelists. I will cost you a fortune, yes. But I am well worth it. Just ask Joe or AJ or anybody else. All right. I apologize for reading that out loud. Claudia, do you have stats about results? Just emails from UpViral versus UpViral and Autoresponder and how to, no, I don't. Connie says, my wife says the painters are here. Yay. All right, that's good news. Stats, but I mean, there's all kinds of complications. UpViral does a very good job of protecting their delivery rate. If you get too many spam reports, UpViral will block you from sending out emails. But you can fix that with SMTP and other topics. Kiki, bless your heart, Kiki, and yes, a proper, now this Kiki says this, and the marketing industry will tell you this, properly nurtured email list is worth $1 per person per month. It is worth it. I know people that are getting $6, $5, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 per person per month on their email list. Your email list is your #1 asset, especially Pat, your brand new startup. You want your email list. Hey, guess what? When Facebook sends out notifications of new services, do they tell you on Facebook? No, they send you a damn email. You don't think email's important. You think email's dead. Facebook sends out gobs of emails. Joe says, yes, 7 different ways you can use UpViral Copilot session, June 16th. That's the one. It only has 455 views, but that's the one you should start with. Pat says, I can come paint for a discount. Funny, funny, funny. 10,000 person email list, you do the math. Yes, Kiki. All right. So let's go back to some of the primary question a lot of people want to know. What's the best one? What's the best autoresponder? If I ask each one of you that have experience running campaigns, running a business is what I want to say, you're all going to have a different opinion. As photographers say, or expert photographers, the best autoresponder is the one that you're currently using. Most people get all finagled about, well, this one's got more features than that one. It doesn't matter. Quit thinking about features. Think about content. Think about what you need to send. Think about email subjects. Think about your open rates. Figure out how to get better open rates in the tool you're currently using. Quit fooling with, oh, I think this one's got a 5% better delivery rate than that one. It's all gimmicks. Nurture your email list. Interact with your people. Will this be on Facebook? Of course it will. It's on Facebook now. And Facebook always does replays of live streams. Pat says, good point. Paralysis by analysis. Exactly. I am currently in that same bucket. I'm raising my hand. I haven't sent out an email in a couple of weeks because I've been, whatever. Create a plan. Write down your plan. Execute your plan. One question people always ask, how many emails should I send during a campaign? As many as possible is the answer from me and from my good friend Bradley. Bradley, are you still here? No, he's gone. Is one a day too many? No. Send as many emails as you can. If people get mad at you and unsubscribe, they were never going to freaking buy from you in the first place. If you send an email every day and it says, buy my stuff, 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 they're going to leave you. Nurture them, treat them like people, build a relationship with those people. Talk to them like they're your kind of people. Use their words, not yours. Be human. What are my secrets? Those are my secrets. Siddharth asked, what are my secrets? Those are the secrets. Send lots of emails. Relate to people. Tell them about new exciting things. Give them activities to do. Create custom actions for them to earn points. Get them excited. This is what AJ did, by the way. My good friend AJ. He's currently getting in his campaign, for every one person that signs up, he's getting 12 referrals. Yes? Huh? I can hear some of you going, what? We spent days and days and days going through his campaign. Like I told you earlier, we switched his wording from his words, because he loves to be wordy and he loves to use big fancy words. We switched his words in his emails over to his target market's wording. I kept saying to AJ, what word would they say here instead of that big ass word you just picked? What would they say? Last year, he was getting 1 to 3. He was getting 3 referrals for every 1. And he was with me last year, and we worked hard on that. This year, he's getting 1 to 12. He is planning to rock out Black Friday like you wouldn't believe. Glenn, I'm sorry to hear that. Claudia said, what would they say? Joe Johnson said, the secret is mimic success. Yeah, point to that thing right back there. Brag, brag, brag. That's just a fraction of the leads that I've generated, 250,000. Linda says, AJ is doing an absolutely amazing job. It's absolutely true. And I'm going to toot my own horn because I'm mentoring AJ. Len said, UpViral has suspended me. This is what it says when I log in. Yes, I know that. Suspended notification emails have been suspended. Please contact support. How do I go about having that fixed? You contact support. Number 2, here's the deal, Glenn. I'm going to SMTP. I'm going to post a link. I've seen several clients have this problem. And what I just did, I'm going to show you inside of UpViral, although I have to be careful. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to go to a different UpViral account because I have to be careful because I don't want you people stealing my stuff. All right, so this is the same. This is a different account. And I'm just checking. All right. Share screen. Inside of settings, general settings, outgoing email, you can switch to a service that is called SMTP services or server. I am using SendGrid myself. My personal, my UpViral account is using SendGrid. The reason I came over here is because I didn't want you stealing my API key. SendGrid also gives you the ability to see outgoing emails, whether or not your emails are actually going out, whether people are opening them on an individual basis. SendGrid does some really cool stuff. You can also use AWS or you can use Postmark. But if I'm saying this for Glenn, this is also described in that YouTube link I just gave you. Well, it's giveawayrocket.com/SMTP is the link. For those of you, I didn't put it in. I'll put it over in the Facebook group too. Inside that video, I show you how to switch this over to something called SendGrid. It is $15 a month, but it is much better deliverability than UpViral emails. Well, I shouldn't say that. Let me rephrase that. It's much more visible than UpViral emails because you can actually see every email that goes out, who opened it, who didn't open it, etc. But you have to put in, you have to create that account and you have to use the API codes. That's what's in that video I just sent you. All right. Pat says, so how does he manage people to refer 12 people? I will tell you, let me turn this off. I will tell you that AJ is going after a very targeted market. I don't know if you can hear the buzzing now, but the painter people are now ripping wood off the side of my house because they need to, and there's saw sounds going on. Great question, Claudia, but let me finish. So AJ is sending, his target market is sororities and fraternities. Okay, I confess that those people are highly brand specific, happy people, right? Alpha Gamma Sayers, whatever their sorority name is, are very rah, very much want to get everybody else involved in something and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So selling stuff to them is possibly very easy. I shouldn't say that, but it's not easy. Obviously, anything running a business is not easy. AJ works his freaking tail off. But it is probably a higher opportunity for conversions than many people who don't have warm audiences, that aren't highly motivated, and you're struggling. I get it. But even if you use UpViral and you're only getting 1 to 0.1, if you're only getting 10% bonus leads, who the hell wouldn't raise their hand and go, heck yes, I want 10% more leads, right? We all do. We want more leads. That's what UpViral is going to give you. Darmood says, I'm always learning here, but right now my campaign hasn't caught fire. I need to do an email every day. Now here's, bless your heart, Darmood. You're a wonderful example. I love you. You're trying to build your business, but you're an artist, right? Dartmouth's a painter. Very specific kind of art. It's not as rah-rah gung-ho as a group of sorority girls, women. Let's be correct, politically correct. It's going to be harder for Dartmouth to get people to share than it is to get a bunch of sororities and fraternities that just love to earn points and stuff. So it is a very big difference. Your business may struggle. You may never get one-to-one that Wilco likes to talk about. It may never happen, but that's okay. You're getting more leads than you would have gotten by not using UpViral. Claudia, great question, I said. Does that help avoid fraud? No, not really. Using SendGrid does not really help you with the fraud issue. In the link, yes. Unfortunately, SendGrid denied me entry. Now, SendGrid is not an autoresponder. It doesn't do all the things that ActiveCampaign or other things do. It's like a delivery service. It's like the postal service, right? They're just delivering emails for you. John said, unfortunately, SendGrid denied me entry. I'd like to know more about that. Your opinion for Mailgun. I have not used either Mailgun or AWS because SendGrid just works for me, so I haven't had a problem. Jason says, how does AWS perform versus SendGrid? I don't know. I mean, potentially a lot of these services just use AWS or Amazon Web Services, right? Because Amazon does everything, don't they? Well, see, here you go. Darmut says, last campaign, I got 81 leads and 16 were referred. Let's see. I always got to do this math. 16 divided by 81. That is 20% free leads. Okay. Is that viral? Is it crazy? Is it 1 to 12 or is it 1 to 3? No, it's 1 to 0.2. But that's 20% more leads than he would have gotten using no process like UpViral. Who doesn't want more leads? So is it a success? Is it a viral crazy success? No, but it's damn good compared to other tools. John says, I applied to SendGrid and they would not allow me to set up an account. Does that mean you're on the naughty list? Is Santa blocking you? I've never heard of that, but I don't know. Kiki says one of those 20 could have led to an art sale. Absolutely. Darmut said 1 free lead for every 5. If you said it that way, who wouldn't sign up for that? Get 1 free lead for every 5 you bring in. I'll take it. I mean, there are people that will claw over a 5% open rate in their autoresponder. Why not just add 5% or 20% more leads? Why not go fill the bucket with highly targeted, interested people, because they won't sign up if they're not interested, right? He's not giving away an iPad. He's not giving away an iPhone. He's not giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. He's giving away art. People aren't interested in his art. They're not going to sign up. Is he going to get 10,000 leads? No, he's not. Is he going to get 1-to-1? Probably not, because the audience isn't that interested in sharing. You got to work pretty hard to get them to share. You got to dangle ethical bribes in front of them to get them to share. But that's okay. That's still better than only having 81 leads. He's got 106 or whatever the math works out to. 200, 100, whatever. Right? Okay, the other question people were asking was, somebody said, what about Sendio or Sendio? That is so Sendio is, if I understand it correctly, Sendio is a tool, an autoresponder that you put on your own server. Okay, so you have to do all the work that MailChimp or somebody else is doing on the backside. It's cheap. It works well. A lot of people I know love it. It saves them a ton of money. But you have to have the time and the knowledge and the expertise to set it up and to have a place to put it. If that's your forte, go to it. Bravo, love you for it. If you don't have a clue how to set it up, pay the money to ActiveCampaign or somebody to go do that for you. It's all a balancing thing about, you know, whether or not you can afford to do those things or whether you need to just pay somebody else to do it. All right, anybody else? So what's the best tool? Right now, I think that Klaviyo, if you're doing e-commerce and you have an e-commerce store, people that do that keep telling me that Klaviyo is awesome. I had one client last year. We ran 2 campaigns. I was able to go into her Klaviyo account and run a report to see how many of those people that signed up for the campaigns that we ran actually bought something and what was the average dollar figure. That's freaking cool. I loved it, and it proved that our campaign worked. ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, Aweber, all those are good tools. Here's the other tip that I would give you. How do I say this? So many people see the cheap deal of the day with a brand new tool that's never, you know, it's brand new on the market. Oh, I can get a lifetime deal for this autoresponder and it's going to only cost me $50. Lifetime, forever. And then you come to a tool like UpViral and you say, well, I want UpViral to connect to that service. Well, UpViral is not going to write the code to go do that. So you have to do the HTML form. And the HTML form doesn't add custom fields. You can't go do that. And maybe the HTML, maybe they don't even give you an HTML form. So now what you got to do is download the leads every day and upload them, or go pay for Zapier and spend more money for that. My advice is to get a reputable tool that is often linked with tools like Zapier or direct integrations. Pick the main guys. It's going to cost you more, but they cost more for a reason. If you're over here trying to save money and you're picking yourself to death with having to spend 10 hours every month to do the manual functions, that's not saving you any freaking money. Quit doing that. Don't do that. Pick a tool, and I will tell you right now, I will not use ever again. I was thinking about switching. Okay, I found a tool. It's actually written by the gentleman that used to be the coder for UpViral, but it doesn't have a direct integration to UpViral, so I turned it off. I did not want to go through all that manual effort. I only am going to pick tools that directly integrate with the tools that I need. I need UpViral. UpViral is my marketing life. I do everything, virtually everything, with UpViral. Why am I going to go save a little bit of money there to get screwed over here? Yeah, that's a very good point. We had a co-pilot session with Adrian, I don't remember his last name, 3 or so months ago. You should go watch that and talk about deliverability and all kinds of really good stuff. Also go watch the one with Christina Etheridge. She's a really good friend of mine, on doubling your email list. I'm sorry, doubling your open rates. She's really good at that. So there are 2 previous co-pilot shows you should go watch. Pat, the answer to your question is yes, but I need to talk to the painters to make sure they're on target, and we can talk after that. Claudia says tools will probably cost less than hiring a person to outsource it to. Yes, it's all about mindset. Thank you for that. Darmut says, my takeaway from today, and that's something that our good friend, God, why am I not suddenly coming up with her name? You guys never came up with the other K word either. Anyway, Deborah, thank you. Deborah is like, what's your biggest takeaway from today? Post it in the UpViral group. Or Earl said, we can hear those saws. I don't know how you can concentrate. Well, they're not doing it now, thankfully. I told them they couldn't do it right here on my office door until after this was over. Deborah's has some, anyway, wish she was here. Deborah, best of luck to you. My biggest takeaway, Darmut said, I'm going to stick to MailChimp, I think, then pay for an upgrade so I can set up a proper welcome sequence. Thank you. Yes. Does it cost you more? Yes. Do you want to build your business? You gotta spend money to make money. My father also used to say. Darmod's other question. Yes, I cut my hair, and it's kind of fun to rub my hand over my head because it's short and prickly. Can you talk about sending emails from my Gmail account? That's your, yes, you can do that. Gmail limits you to 50, I believe, that you could send at one time to a group of people. It is not a proper autoresponder. It does not guarantee delivery. It's typically not something you should be doing for your business. You do want emails going out associated with your domain. You definitely want to have authority as a sender. Okay, you definitely want to have authority as a sender, because that's going to improve your deliverability rates. If you don't have authority, then your emails are going to go in the spam folder, never to be seen again. With your MailChimp, I don't know that you can associate it with your Gmail account. Maybe you can, but actually, yes, you can. Sorry. I would definitely use my business .com or whatever domain, as opposed to a Gmail account going out, because that is also going to affect your deliverability, because Adrian said so, like you pointed out. All right. Any other questions? We're going to wrap this up because I think we've covered almost everything I wanted to cover. Got to go, Glenn says. Have a great day. You're welcome, Glenn. Thank you for being here. What is next week's Copilot show? Great question. We don't have it on the list. We don't have a list. We don't know what's coming up. Maybe there's an interview next week. Maybe it's the week after. I don't know. We had a lot of fuel at the beginning to crank out a whole bunch of ideas, and then we kind of trickled off a little bit, and we're going up and down. Anyway, Kiki says you're the best. Well, thank you, Kiki. Marcia, thank you, Mitch, and everyone. Great training. You're welcome. Don't forget, there's the UpViral. If you don't have it, there's a link. You can go get a 14-day trial or a 30-day trial. If Deborah were here, she'd give you that link. Post your biggest wins in the comments. If you have anything you want to talk to me privately, go to contactmitch.com. You're welcome, Claudia. Thank you again for micro influencers. I even have it here on a post-it note on my computer now. Love it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you again next week. I'm sure we will have something. You're welcome, Martin. Love each and every one of you for being here. I appreciate your time and your patience and getting through even the basics. I think it helps everyone to be totally up to speed with the right way to do things. Just like baseball players, every spring training go through the basics. And they relearn the basics, and they practice, and they test. Make sure you all do that. All right. We will catch you again next week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go talk to the painters. Yay!